Probably not ideal for you to chug a beer while behind the wheel of a vehicle live on YouTube.
Nah, I would say that's probably not my. That wouldn't be my best look.
No, not a good one.
What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday, March 3rd. Welcome to the Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture program. It is rainy, dreary, cold as shit, and ugly in Ocean City. How's it feel there, guys?
Same, dude. It's like one of those days where you just want to sit on the couch, eat ice cream, and watch TV. And I'm just not motivated to do shit today because of the weather.
Yeah, honestly, it's been like that for a couple days down here. Yesterday, I walked outside to go to work, and it was like freezing rain, and I was like, aren't we done with this shit? We're playing golf this weekend, for Christ's sake. Like, what's going on?
What do you got out there, man? I'm assuming you got the same stuff out there a couple days in a row, Brooks.
Same shit.
Yep.
Rainy and like 40, but it's supposed to be like 70 by Friday. So
yeah, that's what we're banking on.
16 years ago today, the Terps took down number 4 Duke in the 2010 senior night game of Grievous Vasquez, Eric Hayes, Sean Mosley, and more. That's my favorite basketball team of all time. In the most unfortunate shot ever. We don't talk about that game though. But yeah, that was a big night for me. I remember I had a lot of friends that were Duke fans at Calvert Hall, and I went into the cafeteria the next day and just lit into all of them because they had been doing so to me.
Are they Duke fans at Calvert Hall? Do they come from Carolina?
No. What do you mean? There's Duke fans all over this godforsaken country. It's ridiculous.
Carolina? I don't know.
Ridiculous.
Not sure.
Half of them one of them liked the Yankees, one of them liked the Red Sox. I mean, these are the type of kids we're talking about here.
These aren't friends. These aren't friends.
Well, these were kids on my baseball team. They had to be friends.
they had to be friends.
No, they're good guys. They were just confused growing up. They didn't.
We've all had friends like that. It's like, I like Duke. I like the Boston Red Sox.
Yep.
I like the Lakers. It's like, come on. All right, let's reel it in here a little bit.
Yeah, come on.
I try not to have friends like that.
Yeah, there's not very many Duke people left in my life. That's one thing.
Get them out the Dukies.
Get them out. Yeah, you got to weed them out. And honestly, we haven't played them in 15 years, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Still don't love it. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Certainly not the Maryland Terrapins basketball team. We're not going to be talking about them because they have 11 wins, and this is their last game of the year, I believe. We're getting into conference tournaments next week. This week for the lower tier. I think the Horizon League and the lower tier, the Sun Belt and the lower tier conferences play this week. And then next week is the ACC, Big Ten, SEC, those conference tournaments. Then we get into the big one, the NCAA March Madness bracket, which everyone loves every year. So we'll talk about that some on this podcast. Laura is a Duke fan. Laura, you're no longer allowed to watch the show. Sorry.
Laura went to the Blue Jays game yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago.
Laura, our name of our podcast is Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture. Yeah, it's not Mike Krzyzewski Stole My Lawn Furniture. What's going on? I didn't know you were a Duke fan. I would have never been so nice to you.
Ours is we want to hit Mike Krzyzewski over the head with our lawn furniture.
Yeah, that would
could have worked as well.
Yeah,
but there already is
tables, ladders, chairs match.
There already is a I Hate JJ Redick podcast / social media.
Yeah.
So had to come up with something else.
And God forsake me. 30 for 30 called I Hate Christian Laettner. Damn.
I hate Nolan Smith, Kyle Singler, Grayson Allen, all the plum trees, all three of them.
Trees.
I hate them all.
All the trees. All the trees. We weren't drunk enough to come up with a better name that night.
Yeah.
We also didn't talk about it long enough to come up with another name that night. It was just like, this is going to be
all right. This is it.
What is the most interesting thing that you guys want to talk about this week first? Do you want to talk about this World Baseball Classic? Do you want to talk about some of the trades that have been going on in the NFL, which I think is interesting? What do we want to get into first here?
I think the WBC starts, I guess, technically a little bit today with some warm-up games. So why don't we start there?
Yeah. I think Paul Skeens is throwing. Let me read this again. I think Paul Skeens is throwing an exhibition game today. Yeah. Against the Giants today. Against the Giants. Yeah. He's going to start, and they already have a a group of 4 relievers coming in afterwards. So I assume probably only going to pitch 2 or 3 innings, and then get everyone some work in. But the rundown of the starters, at least for pool play, is out. We're going to have Logan Webb in game 1. We're going to have Skubal in game 2. That's going to be Skubal's only start. We're going to have Skeens in game 3, and then we're going to have Nolan McLean in game 4. So yeah, I mean, those are all going to be good starters. We're playing in our group play, not the best teams in the world. So we're assuming after that's going to be when the tournament really starts to pick up.
And by the way, don't sleep with Nolan McLean. I mean, we were talking about him last year, and his stuff looked silly out there.
Yeah, he's a stud, and he's super young, and I think he's going to have a breakout season for the Mets this year. They need it because their pitching staff last year was not great.
Yeah, he's not with the team yet. He's still in Port St. Lucie because he's got an illness. So he's still a little bit of a TBD to start based on his workload, and they try to keep all those guys on schedule.
Yeah, I guess worst case scenario, if either of those, if he can't start in that 4th game, I mean, we have Joe Ryan, we have Griffin Jacks, we have other guys who can get a spot start in. So wouldn't be too worried about that. Matthew Boyd could also get a spot start, although I know he's probably going to be coming out of the pen for the team most likely. But he started games in the past too. So,
and if you already have won and once again, I know they're trying to keep these guys in routine, but if you've already won the pool and you get to that 4th game and McLean's not up to snuff, why not just fucking start Clayton Kershaw? I mean,
I love it.
what do you have to lose if you've already clinched the pool? So
I'm in. As long as there's no reason, like you said, Brian, if there's no advantage to winning that game, then yeah, I don't disagree with you. And I was watching him yesterday on McAfee show, and he was like, yeah, I'm retired. So I told him, I was like, I'll pitch 0 games. I'll pitch every game. I got nothing to lose here. And then but also later on that same interview, he was like, I have been throwing to high school kids, and I'm not going to lie to you, the results have been mixed.
I love that. That also might be. Hey, let's put those cleats up on a hanger for the rest of the
results have been mixed. That's great.
Yeah, because I know he's throwing to McAfee yesterday, and they had some bet going, but they haven't released the footage of it yet. I'm excited to see how that went.
It probably comes out today.
Oh man. DeRosa didn't go into there's an article talking they interviewed DeRosa on ESPN. And they try to get some lineup stuff out of him. He said he feels confident that he could go lefty righty pretty much down the lineup with any group of the guys that are on the team. So I would imagine we're going to get some guys switching off here and there. Notably PCA and Byron Buxton probably going to be splitting time, platooning a little bit, which is fine with me. I'm happy with both of those guys, both defensively. I mean, obviously they both have pop. So I mean, the guys like Aaron Judge, they're not coming out of the lineup, but the guys on the fringes is probably going to be a lot of moving pieces. I wouldn't expect to see Gunnar as an O's fan start every game when we have Bobby Witt and a couple of those other guys that we have on the team. But just getting you guys ready for what to expect, maybe.
And hopefully hopefully the majority of these guys realize that they're not going to be selfish and be like, I got to play every single game. I'm talking about position players specifically.
Yeah. And whenever you're on these teams that it's not your actual team, you just remember back in the day, you'd go play a travel tournament for a team or whatever, and you're not really part of that team. You kind of I don't know. My mindset was always just just do whatever they ask me to do. It doesn't matter if, I'm the best or worst player on this team, whatever, who cares? Just if he wants me to play short this game and then sit the next game, whatever, we'll just do it. It's part of being on a team. So, I think those guys probably all have that mindset. I hope they do.
Well, I mean, especially with it being the World Baseball Classic, even Harper was saying yesterday, he's like, none of us care where we hit in the lineup. Whatever DeRosa puts out there, we're going to be happy just to go out there and wear the uniform, for lack of a. I mean, so I don't think anybody's going to complain.
No.
Not a ton of other information going on the World Baseball Classic as of now. Like we said, we had scrimmages going on today and tomorrow, the next couple of days.
All day today, I think, right?
This week, I know the Orioles are playing the Netherlands team. Is that today or tomorrow? I can't remember. And I'm interested to know who's on that team because I know Didi was on that team last time they played. I think the island, I think Panama, it might be under Netherlands control or Curacao or one of those countries. I don't
know because I remember Jonathan Scope played for the Netherlands.
Yeah, and so did Didi. Yeah, so maybe I think Jonathan Scope's from Curacao, so maybe that's the country. Either way. Well, I mean, we'll be able to watch that. I think that if I had the spreadsheet correctly, that game is one of the ones we can watch. So, that spreadsheet. We've been talking about it for weeks and weeks.
That spreadsheet is being used quite a lot.
It's like I have a star next to it in my photos, so I can get to it quickly. But yeah, it's great. Yeah. Any other stuff you guys want to mention? We got the tournament starts this weekend, so we actually have pool play this weekend. Brian's going to
Saturday, right?
Brian's going to be in Ocean City Friday. I think Friday night. I think is the first.
Friday we played 8:00 Friday against Brazil.
Yeah. Ooh, Brazil.
Who's
so we're definitely
Brazil.
Yes, I don't know what you want to do, Dusty. I mean, we'll be down. Rochi and I will be down there, and if you want to go out for it, or if you want to just grab some beers, some pizza, whatever, at your place, totally fine.
We'll figure it out, dude. That's for sure. Pitching staff. Haven't heard of any of these guys.
They are tied.
There's one guy in a Diamondbacks hat. That's the only guy that looks like he's in a major league hat.
Just your face was great.
They are tied for the longest odds in the tournament to win.
Yeah. Dante Bichette Jr. is on this team, not Bo. His brother Dante Bichette Jr. is on this team, wearing number 77.
Nice.
All right.
There's not another guy on this team that I recognize.
Didn't know he was Brazilian, but okay.
Wow. Jan Gomes is the catching coach. I know him. I know who he is.
Heard him.
He's the only name on this thing I heard of. Thiago de Silva. I think that guy played for the Spurs. Yeah.
That was Thiago Splitter, by the way.
Thiago Splitter. Yeah, isn't he like a front office guy now?
He's a coach. He's a coach now for one of the teams.
Thiago Splitter. He is Brazilian.
I think he's a coach like the Hawks or something.
He's the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers. He was named after Chauncey Billups went with all that the poker stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on with that, by the way? I feel like we haven't heard a peep from that since
that got buried right when the NFL season started.
Well, yeah, the NBA was like, we need to get this news out of here as quickly as possible.
I mean, it's going to come back once they start going to trial and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there just hasn't been any updates.
Yeah. Laura, I still hate you for being a Duke fan. Don't know if you're here, but just letting you know. Just going to momentarily bring that up every now and then as we do the pod from here on out.
Laura sent a couple pictures. Like I said, she went to the Blue Jays Stadium and she sent a couple pictures of it. It looks like it's in a lot better shape than what it was in when we went to it for Merrick's bachelor party. Because that looked like when we went there, it was like being in Cuba. It was like cinder block walls and chain link fencing. So it looks like it's much better.
Yeah, and I mean, Tim said that they had done a whole lot to that recently to revamp it all.
Nice.
Some ABS numbers have come out. The Orioles have challenged the fewest amount of pitches per game via ABS. I know this is a small sample size at this point. The overall success rate in the MLB, I thought this was interesting, is 51.3%, which leads me to think, do we really even need it? If it's 50-50, 51-49, I don't know. It's a small sample size. We'll see how it plays out. But it's going to be part of the game regardless of whether we need it or not. So,
well, what's it hurt to have? At this point? What's it hurt to have? Now, I will say this: I did see the guy from the Boston Red Sox who look. It's spring training, and the umpire did a good job not tossing him, but he got a little braggadocious when he.
I saw that Willie Abreu.
Yeah, and it's ball four. This dude takes his gloves off. He puts everything down, bat down, and he starts going to the fucking first base before the thing's even shown on the screen. Yeah, and he ended up being right. He ended up being correct.
0.6 inches. So yeah, pretty. He was pretty confident that basket slider that was up and in was a little too up and in. But yeah. I did see that as well.
But
The Moneyball A's, of course, are the best at challenging. They're at a 69%. Nice.
The Moneyball A's. I can see like I was picturing Joe West being the umpire when Wilmer did that, and just him just hucking him like, "See you, dude. You're out. I don't care."
I wonder how that's going to go. Like I wonder how upset umpires are going to get about certain things and what the leash will be on that stuff.
I wonder what Earl Weaver would think of ABS.
He'd probably like it.
He'd
probably like it.
He would.
I mean, he was one of the first analytical managers.
Yeah.
But Earl like getting his licks in, so he wouldn't be able to get his licks in now.
Yeah. Well, he liked to leave the stadium and go to the bar a little early.
No. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you have to.
I don't know.
Sometimes you have to.
Okay, I want to go watch Tiger win the Masters. I'm going to get hucked from the game right now.
I think are we done with the Lupinella, Earl Weaver, Bobby Cox, super hot-headed type manager? I feel like we don't have any of those anymore. Do you think that's kind of over? Or is that like an era of baseball gone, or is that something that maybe is going to happen again? Do you think what do you think?
I think it's gone now. I think bringing in a challenge system, however long ago that was, really, because now if you challenge something and you still don't like the answer and you leave the dugout, you're automatically hucked. And a lot of guys don't get their those licks in like you're talking about, those Lupinellas, those Earl Weavers, even those Ozzie Guillens. You don't see that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much to argue about, right? The only thing you really can argue about is guys getting warnings or getting thrown out of games. I really can't think of anything else, to be honest with you. If somebody's taking too long during a mound visit and they'll go break it up. I'm not really sure even what else you can get mad about at the moment. I'm sure if we sat here and thought about it, we could probably come up with a couple other situations. But like you guys said, with all the challenge in ABS, it's going to be hard. I mean, Aaron Boone will get out there and get his money's worth at times, but
yeah, and you'll get a couple of managers yelling at each other, which I mean that's still entertaining to watch.
Yeah. You mentioned Ozzie Guillen. One of my favorite Ozzie Guillen stats is that he was traded as the manager of the White Sox to the Miami Marlins for 2 prospects in 2011. I always think when the managers get traded for like actual players, I just think it's insane.
That's stupid.
But I mean, maybe in football it worked out for the Broncos. I mean, Sean Payton, he got traded for picks, right? Scherzer's back in camp with the Blue Jays. David Schneider was calling him, or is it John Schneider or David Schneider? John Schneider was calling him grandpa in the interview. That was pretty funny. I read that. And then no other huge things on baseball here. Unless you guys have anything else. So we can move on over to football, talk about maybe this David Montgomery trade. He's going to the Texans, which I thought was interesting. I didn't see this until like 10 hours after the news broke because I'm not in football mode. So normally I have my eyes and ears all up, and I just wasn't paying attention much yesterday. So it's a 4th round pick, a backup O lineman, and I think another pick down the board.
And a 7th round pick.
Okay.
Yeah. I love the lineman's name, Juice Scruggs. There's a name right there.
Juice Scruggs. Does he play? I think he was a backup last year.
I'll tell you what.
6'3", 310.
Well, that's like stereotypical.
Yeah, I know. It's just
par for the course, lineman.
So he only started 1 game last year, but he has started 20 games over the course of the past 3. So he seems like he's kind of like the 6th, 7th offensive line guy that's going to be kind of rotating in if somebody gets hurt.
Who's going to be stealing
the Lions? I'm sure are looking for depth. Jahmyr Gibbs, I think. I think this takes Jahmyr Gibbs from, I don't know where he was in fantasy drafts last year, probably somewhere between 5 and 8. I think he takes him up to 1 to 3. I would be completely okay with taking Jahmyr Gibbs at number 1 in fantasy.
That's why Montgomery got traded. He went and requested a trade, and he was being apparently. I think Jeremy Fowler or somebody said he was very nice about it. Like he goes, I just want to be the feature back. I still got a little bit of juice left in my legs, and I want to be the feature guy. And he understands that Gibbs is the guy in Detroit.
Yeah. What's the update on Joe Mixon right now?
not sure.
He missed pretty much all of last year, if not all of last year.
That's what I mean. This is odd.
I think he's probably on the outs, if I had to guess.
Is this what is this? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
League sources expect Houston will most likely release Mixon, but nothing has come out of Houston yet. So
yeah,
a lot of people are expecting that he's going to get cut. I would assume Nick Chubb, I think, was on a 1-year deal. I think he's going to get cut as well. And then they have Woody Marks, who was like decent as a rookie.
I think
last
he'll
year,
stay.
but I think Montgomery and Marks will probably get the load, the majority of the load next year. If I had to
guess. Just interesting.
You make that guy your starter when you give up 2 picks. You make that guy your starter most likely.
Also, Houston, your biggest problem last year and for the last year and a half, once again, is your offensive line. I know this is a backup, but can you just stop trading all your fucking offensive linemen away? You traded Laramie Tunsil before the season started last year. They traded their starting right guard in the middle of the season last year, inexplicably. And now they trade a guy who started 20 games for them over the course of the last 3 years. And maybe this offensive line has been so bad that they don't care getting rid of these guys. But, I mean, you guys got to put somebody in front of C.J. Stroud. What are you doing? I don't know what they're doing. And I love Montgomery, and I think he'll be an impactful player on this team. But if they don't have any linemen to open up holes for him, he's not going to do fucking anything. And we saw that in the beginning of his career in Chicago. They had terrible offensive line play, and he was the guy that was kind of making it work for their run game. And everyone's like, he went to the Lions. Everyone's like, oh man, I can't wait to see what this guy does behind a good O-line. Now he goes back to a bad O-line again, and he's older, a little bit longer in the tooth, and he's come off a couple injuries the last couple of years. I don't know. If you're a Texans fan, I'm still kind of just scratching my head. What are we trying to do as a franchise? Are we trying to win under CJ Stroud with this rookie contract, or are we just trying to survive?
I don't know. I don't know if the way CJ Stroud played at the end of last year, I don't know if you can survive with him, no matter what you got. He's Mr. Wide Open dudes.
Yeah, and he was the accuracy guy too, and he looked so good his rookie year. What happens to these guys?
That looks like an aberration now. I mean, that does not look like the actual real CJ Stroud in the NFL. This looks like he got really lucky for his season, which is weird to say because, I mean, everyone was hyped after his rookie year.
Yeah. For the Lions, does this sting a little bit if you're a Lions fan? Yeah, I'm sure, but this makes sense. You get a 4th rounder, you get a backup O-line, you get some draft capital back. You think that Jahmyr Gibbs is probably going to get the majority of the touches anyway. So
I think that's a nice haul, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Yeah. I like it as a Lion, from the Lions perspective. But once again, we can see. I mean, David Montgomery could go out and run for 1,500 yards this year, and then we'll be like, oh, this trade was totally worth it. So we'll see.
This is that time of year too where you're starting to see the franchise tags are coming out. Like they franchise tagged Breece Hall, I think right before we went live today. The Jets did, and then you're going to see cap casualties starting to happen. They're already talking about the Vikings getting rid of Javon Hargrave and another bigger name that they have on their defense, and you're going to start seeing that all over the place. I actually liked seeing and the man lost his job. He's going to find a job. Glasgow. O-lineman guard from the Lions got released. Once again, cap casualty kind of situation. This guy's a starter in the league. So this is something that you could be the Ravens could be looking at in the appropriate time.
In the Falele market, maybe?
That's what I was getting at, because I knew you were going to bring it up. So I figured I'd just let you have that. Hey,
I saw that they did like a breakdown. I can't remember. It was a couple weeks ago I was reading it, but some team did, or some guy did an article breaking down like the top free agents at each position, and he had Falele on the list, and he thought he was going to get $10 million a year, and I was like, what has this guy watched?
Then you don't. Then they don't read any more of it.
I stopped reading the article.
Yeah,
I literally I was just like, nope. I clicked X.
That's where you just don't read any more of his stuff ever.
Marshawn Lattimore, famously traded from the Saints to the Commanders a couple of years ago when the Commanders were trying to make a push with Jaden Daniels as a rookie. Marshawn Lattimore has now been informed that he will be released by the Commanders. The Commanders will save $18.5 million against the cap. Doesn't surprise me at all. Marshawn Lattimore has been a complete shell of himself for the last couple of years. Didn't really play much for the Commanders, and when he did play, he wasn't very good. Quite frankly. So saving $18.5 million against the cap, they are now the 5th. They have the 5th most cap room in the league. And I expect them to be pretty aggressive. Jane Daniels still on that rookie contract. They still have Scary Terry signed. They still have Laramie Tunsil for another year. They need to get younger on defense. I think that's the main thing that they really, really need to focus on. So, yeah, they need to get younger on defense and, develop some younger guys. I don't think they have their first pick either. Or maybe, no, they don't have their second pick. They don't have their second round pick this year. Getting younger on defense is tough when you don't have your second round pick. That's a lot of good players going the second.
They made that push that year that Jaden Daniels rookie year, and they were actually doing very well, and they were winning those close games. They went out and made moves, and they got older quick, intentionally, in the trade market. And this is now you're dealing with the repercussions of that. You now need to get younger. You brought in the Bobby Wagners and you brought in the Marshawn Lattimores, and obviously didn't pan out. It sucks, but now you got to deal with it. So you got to get younger, and they're going to have a lot of cap space, like you said. They're going to be active in free agency. Now that seems like the old I still call them the Redskins. That seems like the old Redskins under Daniel Snyder. But this new regime seems like they have their druthers about them. So maybe you trust them a little bit here, and then you got to draft well, of course.
Yeah. Other news, older guys, Khalil Mack, who's going to be 36, I believe, by the time this new season starts, was mulling retirement. He says he will play. He's an unrestricted free agent. I can imagine him signing some deal similar to the Von Miller deal with the Bills a few years ago. He says he wants to win, maybe take a little bit less money on one-year deals, try to go to contenders and see if you can help out. I wouldn't hate him on the Ravens. I mean, he only had 5 sacks last year, but in the 4 games that he missed last year with the Chargers gave up almost 600 yards rushing, and they allowed the 4th fewest rushing yards otherwise in the league. So Khalil Mack could be one of those Jadeveon Clowney run stuffer end of the career guys for us, and I wouldn't hate it. We try to talk about this league from an all 32 team perspective, but every now and then you've got to be a Homer Raven fan and just be like, hey, Khalil Mack, let's get a Hall of Famer in here. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Can you expand our screen there, Dusty, since Brooks had to drop off for a 12 o'clock meeting?
What do you mean expand?
Is there any way to widen this out? If not, it's just okay.
I think we're as wide as we're getting, bro.
I got you, man. No problem.
Wide as we're getting.
I was trying to widen it out because I got the hot dog roller sitting right here next to me. I'm thinking about making some hot dogs.
I can make you big screen if you want me to.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I mean, you can. I don't care, but no, I want to keep you there. We need to have your face right there, man. But I'm just thinking about firing the hot dog roller up right now. I'm kind of getting hungry.
I just ate right before we came on, so I'm good on that right now. But I've eaten a lot of bratwurst over the course of the last.
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude.
Well,
I've been on a kick. They're so good.
They are delicious. I will tell you this. I mean, you guys knew I had gout last week, and it was painful. It's the worst, the first and hopefully only experience I've ever had. It was extremely painful. It was painful enough that even when I got it in my ankle and my foot, and even when I would put my down comforter on top of my foot, it would be painful. And I'm not a bitch when it comes to pain, but it was bad. But anyway, the point of me saying that is you're not supposed to eat red meat. You're not supposed to drink beer. You're not supposed to eat shellfish. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not shellfish season right now. And I don't really drink a lot of beer, but I love red meat. So that was hard to stay off. But the reason I bring all that up is I went to Chap's Pit Beef yesterday and just dominated Pit Beef. Oh, God.
That pain started shooting right back to one of your foot. As soon as you started
I couldn't hold back anymore. The gout's gone now, which is great. There's no pain, but I was like, fuck it.
Horseradish? How do you do
dude, I got so much tiger sauce, so much onion, and then I tried a couple different barbecue sauces, put some pickles on that bad boy. And then I tried something new. For those of you that don't know what Chad's Pet Beef is, it's been on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, all those Food Network shows. It's like, I'm not going to say world renowned, but definitely known around the country.
It's Eastern Seaboard renowned, at least.
Yeah, and it's right down the street. And I also tried something new. I got the Raven, which is 3 meats. It is the pit beef, it is pit turkey, and then it is corned beef. And it is delicious.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do with my hands. I was like,
did they have beef, ham, and turkey there?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say. I love the pit turkey. It's so good. I mean, it's the pit beef is the best, but it's good to change it up every now and then. Get the turkey.
Yeah. Pit turkey's delicious, especially if it's got a little smoke to it.
Oh yeah, it's so good, and it's not dry. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I saw this. They have additional toppings and stuff you can put on there. And one of them was sauerkraut. Have you ever put sauerkraut on top of yours? I'm a sauerkraut fan, but I never put it on top of pit beef.
I would bet they probably have it because you said there was corned beef on one of the sandwiches. I bet they have it for that.
Yeah, you're right. That makes sense. Duh.
But I don't. I mean, I would try it. I like sauerkraut, so I mean, I'm in all the time. I'm always in for that. Yeah, you mentioned Breece Hall got the non-exclusive version of the tag, meaning he can negotiate with other teams and sign an offer sheet. This is similar to what we saw with Lamar Jackson.
But the Jets have the opportunity to match, I think.
Correct.
Is that how it works?
Correct. So he can sign an offer sheet with a different team. The Jets will have an opportunity to match that offer sheet if they'd like. If they don't, then he can walk to that team. So that's how it goes. And if nobody offers him, if they come to no agreements, then he will play on this $14.2 million franchise tag. So yeah, I mean, I think that makes some sense. I didn't realize that he was already up for this. I can't believe that guy's been in the league 4 years, but I guess he tore his Achilles or ACL.
1 year he was gone.
So he was just gone. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't see him. He was flash in the pan for those first year or two. And then, I mean, he obviously had a good year last year on a terrible team.
Yeah, it feels like I don't know, man. It feels like these guys come up and then all of a sudden they're in year 5, and I'm just like, what the hell happened? I don't know. It's crazy, dude. But yeah, good for the Jets, I guess. I don't know. I think the Jets are completely useless and hopeless. So, what's the point? That's really my main thing there. What's the point?
No.
You're still the Jets. I'm sorry if you're a Jets fan and you're listening to this, but you guys have sucked for my whole life. So.
I was talking to Dell about this yesterday, and I didn't realize this till I heard it. And if you knew this already, Dusty, good for you. The reason we didn't franchise or pick up Tyler Lindenbaum's 5th-year option, which obviously we wanted to, and the reason we didn't franchise tag him is because he is a center, and the O-line is one collective unit when it comes to the franchise tag, which is the top 5 linemen at their position, the top 5 linemen over the course of the past 3 years, and they average that whatever that number is, they average it all out, and that's the number you get for the franchise tag. The thing is, left tackles, I'm making up a number, are worth $30 million a year, while centers are worth $18 million a year. But they don't like wide receivers have their own number, tight ends have their own number, running backs have their own number, quarterbacks have their own number. Offensive linemen, guards, centers, and tackles are all collectively one unit. That's why the Ravens didn't do it. So basically, the Ravens would have franchise tagged him. It would have set the center market at something way over regular market value. And I didn't realize that. I think that's kind of shitty, but I also understand that those offensive linemen move from tackle to guard to maybe even sometimes center all in the same game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to, like, I don't know, to make the equation on how to set the franchise tag number.
Yeah. I mean, I love Tyler Linderbaum. I think he's a great center, but like, I don't know, man. We probably not going to have that much cap room, especially if we bring back Henry and all these guys. It's going to be tough to get him on that huge contract and get some other guys back in. And I mean, I think we, as a result of having him and Stanley over the course of the last few years, have had to kind of make the rest of our offensive line a little bit on the fly, and it really hasn't really worked out all that well for us. So I don't know. I would like to see a new look offensive line for the Ravens. Would I like to see Tyler Linderbaum be a part of it? Yes. But would I like to see 2 different guards and maybe a different right tackle? Yeah. You're
going to see some restructuring. Obviously, the big one's going to be Lamar.
Yeah.
And then you're probably going to see Ronnie Stanley restructure something there, and probably Roquan will restructure a little bit there.
Yeah.
Your higher ticket items will restructure a little bit, and then you get some more cap.
Fingers crossed. We've got good news that Madubuike is hoping that he will be ready for spring training and not retiring like we thought maybe last year.
Yeah.
And he's on a massive contract as well, so maybe we could move money down the line with him as well. But once again, you keep kicking the can, then eventually you're going to have to figure it out. You're gonna have a tank year at some point, right?
Yeah, I'd rather him play, but if he has to retire, I wonder what that. I mean, we don't know what that does to the cap. Like, does all that money come off? Because it's not because we did anything nefarious. or we were irresponsible. It's
so
just
I think what happens with the cap is I think that I think that if most of the contract gets voided off, but I think also that they would come to some sort of settlement with him, with his lawyers, I assume. And that would, I don't know how that works for cap room though. I don't think he's locked into that cap number if he's not playing. So
there's probably injury
I don't think he's going to
insurance.
retire anyway, but
I hope not. But I'm sure there's injury insurance, kind of like in baseball, like when Albert Bell got hurt, and there was like insurance associated with that with the Orioles. I got to assume that's kind of the same in these sports teams giving out these very lucrative contracts.
Yeah, we also had in other right tackle news, we have the Chiefs cutting their starting right tackle of the last couple of years, Jawan Taylor. This will save them $20 million against the cap this year, but he was their starting right tackle. The plan, it looks like as of now, unless they do something in free agency or draft, would be to start Jalen Moore, who's a 5-year veteran who signed a 2-year, $30 million contract to be the backup left tackle last year. Hasn't really started a ton. Was Trent Williams' backup forever in San Francisco, and then came over on the deal with the Chiefs last year. So, I mean, this right tackle that they gave up, Jawan Taylor, wasn't anything special anyway, but I don't know. I just keep finding it interesting that they keep on losing pieces on the O-line. They lost Joe Tooney a couple years ago, and they've lost Orlando Brown over the course of the last couple of years too. I'm interested to see how their O-line looks, especially coming off that bad season where Mahomes ends up getting hurt. The worst ends up happening. So I don't know what's going to go on there. A lot of Tyreek Hill buzz there too. I don't necessarily know if that matters, but if him and Mahomes are back together, maybe it probably does matter because they're good. Wow. Atlanta Braves designated hitter Jerkson Profar is facing a 162-game suspension after testing positive for PEDs for the second straight season. How dumb can this guy be?
Bye-bye.
Oh, boy. Former top prospect in baseball. Took forever to get it going with Texas. Went to San Diego, had a breakout season, got paid by the Braves. In his first 2 seasons with the Braves, he got an 80-game suspension and now a 162-game suspension. He will be ineligible to play this year. Was ineligible to play for them in the playoffs last year. It didn't matter because I don't think they made it.
They didn't.
But wow, that's brutal news for the Braves, who already don't really know who their shortstop is going to be, and really haven't since they let Dansby Swanson go free agency 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And kind of a glass cannon type team, a team that's really good when they're all healthy, but they all get hurt a lot.
I like that term. Never heard that term before. That's good.
Glass cannon, baby.
Mm-hmm. It also could be. You know what? I'll stop.
Yep. I don't know what you were going to say, but I'm glad you stopped.
Oh, mercy me.
Oh,
and my brain needs to be studied.
Brutal. Your brain needs to be studied, is that what you said?
My brain needs to be studied because my mind went to somewhere. Yeah. All right. Anyway,
man, that's brutal news. I'm gonna send this to our little group chat, see what they think about it, get their thoughts.
Mine went to like Blank Hub Premium, if you know what I'm talking about.
All right, a Blank Hub Premium, really leaving a lot to the imagination there. Oh my goodness.
Go and recover from that, buddy.
Trae Young is supposed to play for the Wizards and got tossed out last night, the game before he's about to return. I know we don't care, but I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. Hey, get your licks in, man.
Over under 5 games played for Trae Young on the Wizards.
Under.
Yeah, I think so too.
He'll get hurt in the first 3 games. I don't know if he straightens his hair, maybe he'll actually play 6 games.
He straightens his hair.
What do you want me to do here? I don't care enough about the NBA. But if we're gonna do basketball, because I know we're not gonna. Well, are we gonna talk college basketball?
We can, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, can I do my That's a Shame? We haven't done That's a Shame in a while, and this kind of has to do with football and college basketball. There's 2 different ones, so this is a good time. But first, That's a Shame. We haven't had this segment in a while.
No, we haven't.
But there were 2 this week that I saw. First, USC basketball player who I cannot pronounce his name. He is a 26-year-old basketball player, has a hyphen in his last name. It's like Mazagara or something is is the last name of one of his last names. He leaves the team. He leaves the sideline during the game. He does have some sort of like medical wrap on his leg, and he goes right to. He takes himself out. He goes right to the locker room. He comes back out, and he looks distraught. And he doesn't sit on the bench with his team. He sits in the freaking stands next to two tax-paying, blue-blooded Americans who have like a waitress coming around to him, and he sits next to them because he was sulking like a little baby about something that him and the head coach Eric Musselman had going on. He no longer plays for USC as of the next day. He got let go. And he's a 26-year-old, transferred 3 times. He was at Auburn last year, and I want to say Bethune-Cookman or Weber State the year prior to that. It's just like this NIL stuff has just made these kids, these little, not all.
Kids,
not
he's
all.
a 26-year-old. He's an adult.
He's an adult. It's made some of these guys just little, snobby little turds, and that was a shame to see. So that's my first. That's a shame. My second, that's a shame, is football oriented, and I got a good laugh out of this when I saw it come across the board. That Diego Pavier's mentor is Johnny Manziel. Oh my God!
A match couldn't be made better in heaven. I mean, those two dudes deserve each other in perpetuity.
Didn't we say like he reminded us of remember he looked like a gangster at the at the Heisman?
He looked like stress to you enough how much I cannot stand that guy, and I hope that he fails. I'm sorry.
I think I called him John.
Ill will on young men generally, but that guy sucks.
He was such a little baby.
He's the worst.
And he dressed like John Gotti at the Heisman ceremony. He'd been bitched about Fernando Mendoza winning the Heisman over him. Now he's got Johnny Manziel. And there was a guy who was saying, a guy at the pub was going, here's Johnny Manziel's advice. He was like, look, they're going to send you an iPad. Don't open it up. Just don't open it up. It's totally fine. Don't. There's my mentorship. Don't open up the iPad. Get lost going to the facility that you get drafted by the team you get drafted by.
Yeah.
I mean, what? That ain't gonna work out well.
Yeah, that's brutal.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Not to change topics, we'll go back to college basketball after this, but I do have it. That's a shame because I wanted to go on a little bit of rant on John Rahm's comments this morning or yesterday. I don't know when they came out. Okay. Basically, what's going on is that the guys who play on the Live Golf Tour used to be able to play on the DP World Tour, which is the Euro Tour, pretty much without much issue. They can't play on the PGA Tour. They're suspended, but they were playing on the DP World Tour in tournaments. Tyrrell Hatton's played in a lot of them. John Rahm's played in a few of them. Whatever. Basically, now the DP World Tour is saying that they have to sign a deal to play at least 6 events, including 2 of their top events. If the Live guys want to play on the DP World Tour, they have to play at least of these 6 tournaments, and they have to play 6 tournaments of their choosing, including 2 of these ones that they're absolutely required to play. And John Rahm came out and said that they're trying to extort the Live golfers. They're trying to expose these young players to the politics of the game that they have nothing to do with. I don't like the situation. I'm not going to agree with it. I refuse to play 6 events. I don't want to. That's not what the rules say. Well, John, hey, man, I don't blame you. I'm the first guy that says I fucking hate Live Golf. I hate what it's done to the sport. Mm-hmm. I understand that. Go get your money. 100%. Never going to blame anybody for going to get their money, but I can criticize you for your actions after you get said money. Mm-hmm. And when you sign a contract for $400 million or whatever the fuck he signed, you don't get a right to come out and complain that they want to sign you. They want you to play 6 tournaments or more because you don't get to dictate the rules anymore, bro. If you're on the PGA Tour, you wouldn't be getting extorted, quote unquote, by these guys because you'd be able to go over there and play whatever the fuck tournament you wanted to. But when you put that dotted line with the Live Golf tournament or with Live Golf Tour, you have to know hey, I've forfeited some of my rights. Maybe I'm not going to be able to play in some of the tournaments that I used to be able to play in that I really want to play in. You have to know that going in. And you can't come out and say these people are trying to fucking extort you when all they're trying to do is make good on what the fuck everything has been fucked up by Live Golf. It drives me insane. I don't get it. I don't understand how Rom can have this fucking perspective that he hasn't lived on planet Earth for 25 years before he signed with Live Golf, but he's been so fucking, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand why why these guys are they don't live in the real world. This happens to everyone at every job. Like, you have to do shit that you don't want to do. And just because you signed a deal that says you're a $400 million guy now, well, shit, you're going to have to play by a little bit different rules now. And, if you don't want to play by those rules, then go fuck yourself. You're not going to play on the DP World Tour. Good for them. I hope he doesn't play on the DP World Tour anymore. And I don't like him anymore. I used to love him. He pisses me off. Everyone who signed with Liv pisses me off. And I used to watch these guys play every week against each other, and it was fucking awesome for like 15, 20 years of my life. And now I don't get to watch it anymore, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah, and part of the draw of the Live Golf Tour was it was less golf for more money. And now they want to play more golf. It's like, I don't get it. And John Rahm's a good player. But you're right. He signed on the dotted line. No one made you check the box, dude. You checked the box. Now you got to live with the ramifications.
So, and you know what the craziest thing is? That is the fines. The fine for the DP Tour. Like, if he wanted to play whatever tournament he wanted, he could. But
sure.
If he doesn't, he has to pay a fine, which is $3 million.
Okay.
You got 397 left, bro. Plus that U.S. Open money, plus that Masters money, plus that all that fucking Adidas money and Callaway money. I mean, yeah, you're gonna be all right, bro.
That's a parking ticket.
God, I just these people don't live in the real world. They don't live in the real world. They don't. They live in a fucking fantasy land, and he thinks because he's one of the best golfers in the world, he can do whatever the fuck he wants and say whatever the fuck he wants. You're not getting extorted, John Rahm. You're getting paid $400 million to play fucking golf for the next 2 years. Yep. Fuck off. That's a shame.
All right. Man, you got animated. I like it.
God, that makes me so fucking angry. Dude, the guys who are chirping from Live Golf that they're not being treated fairly, it's like, it's the most. I could not give a single fuck what your problems are at all ever. Like, go fuck yourself, dude. Like, go fuck yourself. And I would say that to his face. Fuck him.
And then you'll be putting money on him to win the Masters.
I guarantee you I will not, because he hasn't played competitively in 2 years because he's not on the PGA Tour and he's not playing tournaments against the best players in the world. Anyway, let's go back to college basketball. I wanted to talk about this last week. We have a kind of a trio of dudes at the top of college basketball that could be potentially number one pick in the NBA draft. Mm-hmm. A lot of people really like this Darren Peterson dude. They say he's the most complete two-guard prospect that we've seen since Vince Carter, which is high praise coming out. He's got the scoring, he's got the defense, he's got the intensity, but we don't really know if he's got the will to play or the love of the game, because a lot of people are questioning that with his kind of antics at Kansas. A lot of people comparing it to the Ben Simmons stuff at LSU, which I don't know if it's quite fair. I don't know if it's not quite on that level, but this guy is clearly incredibly talented. And I think a lot of people would think the most talented, the highest ceiling of these three guys. But we also have AJ Debinsa. AJ Debinsa right now is a 19-year-old on BYU. He is averaging 24, 6, and 4 as a sophomore at BYU. Only players in the history of college basketball that have averaged that stat line, 24, 6, and 4, as a freshman or sophomore, Larry Bird and Pete Maravich. Are they any good at college basketball? I think they are. So I think this guy, complete stud. He's 6'9". He's a wing. He can shoot it. He can play D.
Lou Alcindor didn't do. Man, I thought Lou Alcindor.
Lou Alcindor couldn't play his freshman year.
Well, but you said freshman or sophomore.
Yeah, but he didn't reach the assists number because he was points and boards guy.
I knew the freshman rule there, but I figured
Lou
sophomore
Alcindor
year
was not passing the ball out of the post.
at
UCLA, he was keeping it and dunking it on people. But yeah, and then we also have Cam Boozer, who has led the best team in the country, Duke Blue Devils, to a 16-1 record in the ACC, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They're done ACC player. They play UNC on Saturday, and that'll be it. And he's the best player on their team. He's averaging like 23 and 10 as a freshman. I mean, this is just a ridiculous trio of NBA talent. And I think these are probably three of, like a lot of people are saying, three pretty can't miss guys. So
there's a gentleman for Arkansas named Acut Jr.
Darius
Acuff. Sorry, thank you.
He's flying up boards too. He's a stud. I think his problem is maybe he's a little older. I could be wrong.
Shorter. I don't know, but I watched him play.
No, he's 19. He is shorter.
He was dynamic when I watched him play against Alabama.
He is 6'3", and if he's a true one, that's probably fine. If he's a two guard, that probably poses problems in the NBA. But anyway, obviously there's players, whatever. But there's Acuff is a freshman. Don't say anything about Arkansas basketball anymore. By the way, with Joe here.
Oh, Joe, yeah. I gotta give him some love from time to time. I mean, I did watch the game.
But anyway, I just wanted to mention it. There's these dudes are absolute studs. A ton of really, really good talent. That's going to be really fun to watch in March Madness. I'm interested to see how these teams play out. But I will say this: I have, for whatever reason, every time I work, Duke is on, and it's just they're always on ESPN. So I have ESPN on the TV, so Duke is just on all the time when I'm working. And every time I look at the TV, they're winning by 30 fucking points. Wow. They beat number 11 Virginia on Saturday by fucking a million. They ran them out of the gym. They were up by 25 in the first half. And then they played NC State last night. Same thing. They were up by 25 in the first half. I was like, Jesus Christ, is anybody going to touch this team?
They're gonna have to deal with some size at some point when they play the Michigan. Now they already played Michigan, they beat them, but they're gonna have to deal with when you start seeing some of these taller teams. I mean, when you see the Arizonas come out, and then Purdue's got a couple big boys, and then Florida is hot. I would love to see Florida Duke play right now, and see that would be probably the best game because Florida's coming on strong.
Is a lot of that Florida team from last year back, or did they lose guys?
I know at least a couple, like their top two, and don't quote me on this, because I'm not sitting around watching Florida basketball a ton, but when I do catch them, it seems like it's like their top 2 or 3 guys that look familiar to me from the previous year or 2 years. Yeah. So, and they're a team that knows how to win, and they're not going to be intimidated.
Yeah. The most interesting thing to me about the Duke team specifically is that Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple are 1 and 2 in the Rookie of the Year voting in the NBA right now. They went both in the top 10 of the NBA draft last year, and they can just fucking reload like that and have a 2-loss season and lose 1 game in the ACC and get Caden Boozer, who's potentially the best player in college basketball. Cam Boozer. Caden Boozer's like the 6th best player on their team too. I mean, it's ridiculous. So Duke's number 1 in the men's AP poll for the 149th time. That makes me want to puke. Arizona kicked the shit out of Iowa State last night, so they're staying at number 2 right behind Duke. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we've got Duke, Arizona, Michigan, UConn, Florida, Iowa State, Houston, Michigan State, Nebraska, and Texas Tech is the top 10. We got a couple more Big Ten teams following them in the rest of the top 25 as well. Maryland, not one of them.
Not one of them.
They're playing, I believe, number 9 Nebraska soon. Today? Tomorrow?
It's going to go well.
It's not. It's going to go badly.
Very bad.
I don't really know what to look for. Future.
I am not taking Arizona in my bracket. I do 1 bracket every year, maybe 2 if like we got like a throwaway one. I always take Arizona to go to like the Elite 8 or the Final 4, and they always let me down. They're like the Chargers. They always let you down when it comes to the crunch time. So screw Arizona.
Yeah. Back to your point earlier, we got a new article saying Nolan McLean's arrival to the WBC delayed by vertigo. type symptoms, which can get ugly. We don't like that kind of stuff.
No.
Feeling better the last couple of days. I haven't missed any days of throwing. I've kind of grinded through it a bit this past week, feeling like the vertigo symptoms, but I'm feeling better this week. Okay, that's good. We got that's good news. He's feeling better. But yeah, that's stuff I've dealt with. I dealt with that in college a lot, and that stuff's no joke, man. You feel like you're walking on the freaking moon. It's weird. So yeah, hopefully he can get healthy. We've got Jackson Holliday and Jordan Westberg doing some mock swings and doing some running to first base. It looks like in full sprint. So like seeing that. Yep. Get those two guys healthy and get them back on the field for the Birds. Yep. Yeah. Do you have any other stuff you wanted to bring up? Because I've pretty much run through the rundown of stuff I wanted to talk about.
The combine is, yeah. Look, I didn't watch a lick of it, but I do listen.
Not 1 minute of it. Honestly, I forgot it was on until like yesterday when I was seeing the highlights on ESPN or whatever.
I didn't watch any, but I do listen to the guys who are actually knowledgeable about risers and fallers and stuff like that. I still don't understand how we fall in love with some of these statistics. There are some of those drills are, useful, like data points. But like Jeremiah Love is probably the best player in the draft. And he's not going to go to like the number 7 or 8 or 9 pick. Maybe number 5 to the Giants. Maybe. Actually, maybe he goes to the Titans. But I don't understand. I understand there's salary cap ramifications when it comes to the second contract for these players based on position. But if a guy, and he was compared to Louis Riddick, who's a very smart man and has been up for a couple of GM jobs or player personnel jobs recently. He says he reminds him of Eric Dickerson running. If you could go back to the draft of Eric Dickerson and you could take him, you would take him. I don't give a damn what position he plays. I don't care if you already have a running back. Take the man. Please, like the New York Jets. You have Breece Hall. That's phenomenal. Why don't you put Breece Hall and Jeremiah Love out at the same time, put the pressure on defense? All right? I want you to adjust to me, not the other way around. So I don't really understand. And then this this kid, Sonny Styles, watch out, boys and girls. This dude, and this is another thing I want to get to is sometimes the best player falls in the draft to you. See Quentin Nelson for the Indianapolis Colts. He was like known as like the best player in the draft, but he was a guard. It's not a sexy position. You got to take quarterback out of this because quarterback's the most important position. So if you remove the quarterback stuff from that, sometimes the best player in the draft falls to you. Do you not think some of these teams want to go back and draft Kyle Hamilton? And they fell to the Ravens at 14?
Yeah.
I mean, they got to be just. And I love this kid. What's his name? That the wide receiver for Ohio State. He's going to be like the number 1 wide receiver, they think. But he ran a 4.5 instead of a 4.46. Okay. If that's the difference, I don't think you really have your wits about you. That's just really stupid.
I mean, this happens every year. They fall in love with the guys, the athletes, so to speak. And the wide receiver, by the way, is Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
Which sounds a lot like one of their old quarterbacks, Cardale Jones. So it gives me bad vibes. Just because of the name. But no, we see it every year. There's guys that go crazy at the combine and then people get obsessed with them. And then the guys who are actually good at football in college and test poorly at the combine, but perform well on the football field anyway, they don't get drafted as highly. And then like the 4th rounder comes out of nowhere and it's just like all of a sudden here's Puka Nacua, who was good at BYU, didn't play all that much, but was good at BYU, but didn't test well at the combine, gets drafted in the 4th or 5th round and then comes out and he's the best receiver in the league. Hey, maybe being good at football is good enough. You don't have to test all that well and everything. Because I saw Xavier Worthy run the fastest 40 ever, and I haven't seen Xavier Worthy on my TV very much over the course of the last 2 years.
Do you remember John Ross?
I do remember John Ross. He got drafted right before Corey Davis.
Yes. He went number 9 overall to the Bengals, and I think he's now selling insurance. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, these things, if this was the case, Jerry Rice ran a 4.6 and he wouldn't have been drafted.
Run them in pads. Why don't they
run
run
them
in
in pads?
Why are they running in pads? What does it matter how fast he can run in a sprint without pads on? He's not going to ever do that on an NFL field. Not once. I don't get it.
It's so dumb. These numbers are so dumb. And this is where the combines go for a couple things. I do believe the 3-cone drill is something that shows your agility and how you move throughout the duration of a game and in any given play. The medicals are huge, and then the interview process. You actually get to sit down and enjoy enjoy the company of these guys and get to see how they can react to certain things. And we've talked about that story I have with Marty Morningweg, the New York Jets, and Rex Ryan, and what they would do to these guys during the combine. But other than that, I don't give a damn how much you can bench press. Arm length actually is something that they've been hitting on really heavy this year, because it's once you can get your hands on somebody, then you can't. What they say, Jonathan Ogden, you could have put a wet coat of paint on the front of Jonathan Ogden, and it still would be there, and no one would ever get the paint on them because Jonathan Ogden's arms are so long. He'd just be like, "See you, dude. Just get away, stay away." So, the combine is dying. The combine is absolutely dying. The underwear Olympics. We went from the regular Winter Olympics to the underwear Olympics. It's unbelievable.
Underwear Olympics. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Sonny Styles climbing up draft boards. NFL ESPN has him as a 10th ranked prospect as of right now.
He can play safety. He is designated as a linebacker, but he started as a safety. He's got all kinds of crazy metrics. It said he ran as fast as Tyreek Hill or something. The numbers. These kids are crazy good athletes.
Yeah, 6'4", 240 running that fast. That's pretty good. We'll like to see how it plays on the football field, though.
I think Mel Kiper said 4 of these kids jumped higher than Vince Carter from a standstill position.
That's bananas.
Bananas. Vince Carter at least gonna get a running start. These guys go from a standstill. I'm like, whoa. 43, 44-inch verticals. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Guys, let's we haven't done call-ins in a while, and we said we were going to do them today. So let's open up the floor while we continue to bullshit here. Joe, if you want to get in here, I know it's been a while. We'll talk about Darius Acuff Jr. if you want us to.
I hate to say this because it was
in the chat here.
Going back to the combine. I remember Darius Hayward Bay from Maryland. It's a Maryland guy. But I mean,
overall,
shot up draft boards. The only problem was he couldn't catch. That's usually a big one. All he could do was run really fast. Now Davis loves fast guys. I love the guy Rodriguez out of Texas Tech. He's going to end up being a 2nd or 3rd round pick. He doesn't have all the crazy good metrics that all these guys have, but because he's overshadowed by David Bailey on that same Texas Tech team that went to the college playoff. But he always just is there. He's around the ball. He's that guy. He reminds me of the Jack Campbell that the Lions took.
The Lions
in the middle of the first round. He's just there. He just ball there, Jack Campbell there. It's okay, this guy Rodriguez, he's that guy. Watching him in those playoff games, he was really good.
Is Denzel Boston out of Washington related to David Boston?
I don't know, but that dude loved juicing.
I was gonna say I got to check out this guy's biceps and see if there's any relation.
David Boston went to Ohio State and was drafted by the Cardinals, and that dude was jacked. He wanted to be like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, nothing about David Boston on this guy's quick Google search here. But anyway, without further ado, we'll bring in our buddy Arkansas Joe here.
Arkansas Joe.
What's going on, dude? Long time no see.
Howdy, fellas. How we doing? Brian, what the hell are you drinking? What are you drinking out of that can? What is that? What are you drinking?
I got nothing.
You can't hear him?
Nope.
Oh shit. Okay, I can hear him. He's
I'll
asking
get out and get back in.
All right, he's asking what you're drinking. All right, he's leaving, coming back. This happens every now and then. For whatever reason, Brian can't hear the people who join after he does. I don't know why.
Because he doesn't know how to use technology.
Well, yes, I understand that, and we're very frustrated by him a lot. So yeah, that happens. But, anyway, how's the weather there, dude? It looks pretty nice, but I can't really tell. It's kind of white.
It's like 72, 73 right now. It's nice.
Oh, I can hear him.
I like that. Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. That's just probably the platform we use.
It's just every time somebody joins after you, for whatever reason, you have a hard time hearing them, it feels like. But
now I can't hear Dusty. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
I got nothing.
I'll leave and then come back.
Learn technology.
I did. I got you on.
Hey, we're here. Look at beautiful faces. Good grief. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a White Claw.
Oh, a White Claw.
I don't have any regular beer, and I'm also trying to stay away from beer. So
here we go.
White Claw. So
no. Yeah. Staying away from beer.
Joe, you wearing your favorite shirt?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm wearing my favorite shirt. And my favorite hat.
Oh, yeah, love that.
I've been told that my Orioles hat is not acceptable for work at the moment, so I have to order a new one. It's seen better days. It's a little dirty, so you know.
Okay.
Let's say what's wrong with it?
Gray doesn't hold the dirt, so it matches. So
that's all right. Get some soap and water on it. And let it sit out for a day. You'll be all right. You can wear that thing again.
Any new flavors coming out?
They gave me a Red Bull Racing hat, so that works out. But
that's cool.
Hey, do you get any? And I'm not asking you to get me anything, but do you guys get any of that like Red Bull gear for like the F1 guys or any like the motocross stuff?
No, just occasional hats when boss feels nice or has some. So I've gotten a sweatshirt that really wasn't branded. You can't really tell it's a Red Bull sweatshirt, but it has a little logo like right here.
Got it.
And a couple other things for actually doing my job. Hey, good job. Here you go. Here's a hoodie. Here's a hoodie. Here's a hat. You know.
Oh man.
It is what it is. It's been an interesting 2 months. We're into March. We're good. We got the hopefully all the scaries of 2026 behind us. Had a little incident there in January, so that
good.
That was no fun. But
how's Arkansas baseball doing? I always look, but I never see their numbers, and I'm too lazy to go digging.
6-3, dropped 2 games they should have won, but that's baseball.
Yeah.
You know? They lost to A-State last week at home, and they lost to UT Arlington on Friday. But check this out. A pitcher on Friday for UT Arlington, 8 2/3 inning of 1 or 0 run ball on 2 hits, right? No, they didn't score. So 8 2/3 scoreless on 2 hits, 130 pitches.
Good for him. He sounds like a dog.
He came out and UT gave up 3 runs in the 9th, and they almost lost the game.
Oh my God, dude!
The final score was 4-3.
Oh man. You guys are still ranked number 6 in the country as of right now, though. So you're still doing
anywhere from 6 to 8, depending what poll you look at, because there's like 5 baseball polls for some dumb reason.
Well, there's different polls, and there's the coaches poll and the AP poll and the fucking ESPN poll and all this bullshit. So.
Yeah, it's crazy, but you know we're making it. We play Oral Roberts today, so it should be good bounce back. The 2 games on Saturday and Sunday were run rule games, so the bats came alive. Van Horn went over to shake the hand of UT Arlington's coach on Friday night, and the dude was just like, he couldn't believe his team beat Arkansas, so he was just standing there like a statue, like he was just shocked they actually won, and it was pretty interesting to hear that.
Yeah, that happens. Like you said, that's baseball, and not taking anything away from Arkansas. That's probably the second biggest upset of the week because I think Northeastern.
Yeah, Northeastern beat LSU last night. 13-3.
Beat LSU, the number 2 team in the country.
Yeah.
What?
UCLA dropped one over the weekend as well. So, like last Tuesday, it was a whirlwind of midweek games. Like all the top 25 teams that were playing lost to mid-major schools. So, I mean,
good. I like that. I like the mid-major schools getting some.
I dig it.
I'm sure that's going to be the highlight of some of those mid-major guys. That's going to be the highlight of their season.
Yep.
Yeah, A-State looks really good this year. UALR looks really good. So if they both win their conference tournaments, could see 3 teams from Arkansas get to the big dance in June, which would be fun.
Where is Oral Roberts?
I know the answer and I forget. I want to say it's Ohio, but it might be Texas.
Is Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. I would have guessed Rhode Island. I would have had no idea.
Well, boys, I got to run because I need to use the lavatory. I am not being funny when I say that.
Oh, man, he's going to blow up the freaking bedroom.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Joe, it's good seeing you, man.
I thought Brooks joined the Live Tour for a minute on his real estate post this week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. I did see that. I thought the same thing. I was like, what is Brooks doing on social media? And then I talked to him about it. Yeah. But,
all right, boys.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
All right, Brian.
Hey,
Joe,
Brian.
you have any Joe, you got any Arkansas facts for us before you we finish up the pod here, bud?
It is election day in Arkansas today. Brian, turn off the phone. There you go. It is election day today. Go out and vote. Doesn't matter who you vote for. There are some really interesting elections going on here in the state. Just get out there and vote. A lot of sheriff's elections. Our buddy Dusty Betts is he's smart. He ran as an independent, so he's guaranteed a spot in November no matter what. So, but yeah, Dusty Betts. There's a couple other names that were pretty funny. There's a guy named Stubby running for a county judge. We had a Doc Holliday sighting when I looked it up. So
that's awesome.
He must be a Huckleberry.
He'll be your Huckleberry, that's for sure.
But it's election day. It's interesting. So yeah. Other than that, it's just cruising here, man. February was a good month. Ended strong with sales, and spring edition came out and selling like crazy. So summer edition will be here before you know it.
And there you go. And you got the weather breaking for you. We got it breaking this weekend. So hopefully we'll get some summer weather going up on this northeastern coast. We need it after the freaking snowstorms we've had.
I saw it snowed yesterday. So
yeah, it was freezing rain when I went to work yesterday. It was a nightmare. Anyway, Joe, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you, man. And we'll probably try to do more call-ins. I know we've been slagging off on them a little bit, but the schedules have been weird. So we're trying to get everyone together. We're going on random days all the time. We're going 30 minutes late half the time because Brian is sitting on the toilet too long. You know. But anyway, thank you very much for joining. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.
Go Hogs.
Go Hogs. Go Hogs. Thank you guys once again for listening. We will see you on Thursday. And maybe once this weekend. We got a resident farm animal donkey coming into Ocean City this weekend. So we're gonna have some fun. Maybe watch some baseball in here or something. We'll let you know. Check us out. Yeah, check our socials out. We got the Orioles versus the Netherlands getting ready to start here in about 10 minutes on the spring training side. So got some stuff to watch. We'll see you guys once again on Thursday, normally scheduled time, unless we notify you otherwise on our social media. And once again, thank you to Arkansas Joe. We love you, buddy, and we'll see you soon.
Later.
Cheers.